Hey everybody, it's Mark with 757imports.com here in the 2005 Subaru Forester. I'm going to be going through the removal for the trim for replacing radios. This one had a 6-disc changer in it. When we first had it, I swapped that out with the Pioneer app radio here. We're going to go through, I've already got everything busted out, so what we're going to do is just kind of walk through it. What we have here is, I've already taken the shifter knob off, just unscrew that. That looks familiar to you guys. Took the ashtray out there. When we go to take the trim off, sometimes this stuff is a little hard to get, so here's a little trick that not many people know. Piece of paper, kind of folded it up several times, and if you have it stuck, sometimes you can get this underneath the trim, and that'll help you to wedge it out. You don't want to use any tools or anything like that, because screwdrivers, they'll mark up your plastic and damage things. But once you get that, you can actually get that lifted up, but what you'll find is that you can't get it out without putting it in gear. I've already got the emergency brake on, I got my foot on the brake. So anyways, you can pull that piece up and it comes out. When you pull it out, you're going to have a connection for the cigarette lighter. You're also going to have a light connection there. So you see those two there. You disconnect those, you get that out of the way. You can put that back in park for safety. Got Phillips head screws here. There's two. You got one over here. And you got another one over here. There you go. And then you take those screws out, and then you're going to start wedging the trim piece out. The trim piece is going to try to come out. I've already broken the whole thing off, so it's actually ready to come out right now. But what you'll find is that you'll wind up getting caught on the sides of it. You can see no tabs here. It's got one tab right there, and it's got another tab right there. And then you've also got tabs on the top of it too. You got one there, and then one there, and then also one in the middle. So as you get this thing, you'll wind up getting the bottom worked out. And again, this is where the piece of paper comes in handy, because you can get this worked into the edge here. And then as you slide this thing up, you can actually help to put pressure on there in order to get that tab. So you're pulling on the bottom, you put a little pressure in here, and you wind up popping that one out. Same thing with the top. You can use that same paper trick to come around the top. And when you're doing that, you're trying to pull down on it, but you can see where the tabs are here, just so you know where you're trying to guide. You're trying to get some pressure here to get this tab out, and then also the one in the center. The center one's a pretty big one, and then the other side there. Then once you do that, the whole piece will pull away, and then what you have down here, there's two connections for your air conditioner. You disconnect those two plugs, and then that gives you access to your radio. The radio itself is going to be put in with 4 screws, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. With this particular mount, this mount will take a double DIN. You might have to get a kit if you're putting a single DIN radio in there. But anyhow, that's how that goes. And then while you're here, just as a bonus feature, what we got is if you want to take this top console off, so if you guys have that there, if you wanted to get that off, just to show you the tabs on this one. This one actually has 2 tabs too. It's got one tab here, and the other tab is right here. And the paper trick works pretty well with this as well. You're going to try to get the paper in the edge, because if you put a tool in here, you're going to damage the plastic and your fabric here. So you get it in the edge, and you're trying to work it against here. And then when you get underneath it, you'll actually feel that you can pull it up. And you want to try to get a hold of something either in the inside, that you can pull on this a little bit. Sometimes that works out. But then once you get the 2 front ones up, there's also some tabs on the sides too. So you got a tab here and a tab there. And then when you pull it out, you're just going to pull the whole thing out. And then that gives you your opening there. Now putting it in is kind of the reverse. You want to put the nose down in there, get it lined up, and then push the tabs down, they'll lock and pop. Putting the trim ring back in, same way. You want to hook up your wires there, get it back in place. When you put it back in, you want to snap the tops in first, put even pressure on there and snap those in, and then you can snap down the middle there. Then put back in your 2 screws here. Get your shifter console trim. You're going to connect your wires back up, get that lined up, nose it in first. And then don't forget to put in your screws there too to hold down the trim face. Put in your screws, line her up, and then it'll snap back into place. So anyways, that's kind of the walkthrough with this. When I first did this myself, that was kind of trial and error, and I tried to look for this on the web. There was really nothing available, just some random postings and whatnot, but nothing really told you what to do. So now you actually seen what the 2005 Subaru Forester looks like with taking the radio out. So hopefully this will guide you along with any of your other Subaru products, give you a little bit of an idea as to what you're up against. If you have any questions, I'm available at www.757imports.com, and then I'm also on Facebook under 757imports.com fan page, and then you can get a direct link to that through www.facebook/757imports, capital V, capital A, and then we're also available on Twitter as well through 757imports.com. So thanks for your time, guys. Appreciate everything you're looking at, and be sure to post some comments if you like it, and post some comments if you don't like it. Thanks. Bye-bye.